Let's talk quickly about the book. Are you praying for the wrong thing? And I actually have it here. I don't know who put it here. It wasn't you, Blake.
My sister was looking out.
Yeah. Like I love the title of it. Tell me like what's it about? What's the inspiration behind it? What's the heart?
Yeah. So the book, "Are You Praying for the Wrong Thing?" is a very it's something I'm very proud of, very excited about. It's not a book on prayer, even though prayer is in the title. It's actually a book on stewardship. And one of the most valuable lessons that I've learned, really as a leader, another leadership lesson, is that there have been many seasons in my life that I prayed for things that I wasn't prepared for. And the Lord just taught me I could pray for miracles less if I pray for management more. There's some emergencies that I've had that were avoidable had I stewarded well. And I think there's three levels in walking with God, right? I think the first level is the love zone, right? To be loved by God. And it's something you should never graduate from. Hold it dear to your heart. But also know that he loves everybody. The saint, the sinner, the prostitute, the preacher. It don't matter. He could love everybody. Everybody's a child of his, right? So he loved everybody. The second level that a lot of believers get stuck at is being used by God, right? Where in the Bible, God used an ark. He used a donkey. He used a stone. A cross. Which tells me you don't even have to be human to be used by God. Yeah. And so that's not the ultimate. To be used by God is not the ultimate. It's cool, but he'll use anybody. And so I think that the greatest zone, and this is really what I'm talking about in the book, to graduate to in this Christianity walk is a trust zone. To be trusted by God. To be trusted by God. I love my cousin. I'll use a plumber, but they're not getting my credit card. I got to trust you. I got to trust you, man. I mean, you got to be like in my intimate space. And as I'm walking this thing out with God, there are certain places and certain things. And this is not about just possession, right? If you can make money without God, you can. So this is not about prosperity preaching, but it is about there are certain things, certain places, certain levels that you can only access with trust. And my brother taught me one of the most valuable lessons. I bring this up all the time. Anybody who knows me has heard this story because I say it probably once a quarter. When he first started working with me, he was like, a lot of people don't know this. Another thing that Norman brought into this space of Christian music as a disruptor was like cameras and social stuff. Yeah. That didn't exist before him. That's right. Not at that level. It didn't. Nobody walked around with cameras in our space. I know because I was in it for a long time. And I was literally, he was looking at my itinerary. He's like, fam, you just sung in front of 10,000. You sung in front of 50,000. And you're about to do a show in front of 800,000 people. He said, bro, you do know nobody going to believe this. I'm like, what? I'm doing it. No one. It's like, Travis, listen to me, bro. Listen to me, bro. There's no one on the planet that's going to look your black self in the face and believe that you're singing in front of this amount of people. It's just unheard of. I'm like, we doing like Africa, we've been global, we've been doing whatever. And he was like, you got to have a camera. And my frugal tail was like, how much that going to cost?
Right.
Like, I'm already paying these musicians. I'm paying these singers. You want to pay somebody an extra few $100? Like, man, I got a family
and food.
Yeah, I need all these hundreds that add up. And a flight.
That's right.
And he was like, bro, just trust me. You got to tell the story. Yeah. It's gonna take you to another, realm, and it did. But in that vein, we was having a conversation one time about doing a music video. It's like, yeah, we need to do this, do that. And you don't know me. He don't mind swiping that card. And I was like, fam. Man, back then, this wasn't no Tribl. This was Green. This was Greenville. It wasn't no Tribl. It wasn't no extracurricular money coming in. This was straight. It was Greens and Jump Fees Incorporated. That's it. So it's like, fam, like, dog, they gonna cost, man. Man. I was like, bro, it ain't that deep. It's like, it is that deep. And I never forget, one of the most valuable lessons. You're gonna tie back to the book. He said, I said, man, you know how big Midway is? I said, do you know how big it is? Bro, this is the biggest song of our generation. Like, it's a big record, bro. At the time. Like, this is a big, we talking, Take Me to the King, never would have made it. Like, Made a Way is a big record, bro. And I ain't got no music video. Nah. I said that. And then he said, yeah, I think you're missing it. It's not about what you did without the music video. It's about what you missed by not having it.
Wow.
And that philosophy has shifted my thinking in such a way that many times we're counting the wrong thing. We're counting what we were able to do. We're not counting what was left on the table.
Wow.
And so it shifted. So now when I'm approaching strategy meetings, I'm like, no. We got to count what we'll be missing. Not what we're spending and not what we gain, but what are you missing out on? That's the actual expense. And so that's what the book is about. It's about, man, I don't want to waste time praying for things that don't matter to God, things that aren't important to Him. You know, the Bible says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart." That does not mean He'll give you what you want. It means He'll give you what to want.
Right.
And there's a lot of frustrated Christians that are praying for something that God never promised.